Hi, my name's Tearsa and this is DIY with AZSA. So far in this series, we've really focused on indoor food growth. Last week, we walked you through how to build your own hydroponic system, and next week, we'll talk more about maintenance and how to keep those systems running long term. But this week, we wanted to present you with kind of a special feature. Our new food systems intern, Alanna, has a really cool method for upcycling food waste to support outdoor reclaimed garden. So we're really excited to share this with you, and we hope it helps you in growing food at your home.
My name's Alanna, and today I'm going to be walking you through how to replant some of your vegetable scraps and create a reuse garden with them. Replanting your vegetable scraps, if you're not composting, has lots of benefits. Not only does it remove the plant waste from the landfill, it creates a second life for the plant, and it provides more food for you.
So let's get growing.
So there are many plants that you can regrow from scraps, or what some people call clippings. Root vegetables, celery, and lettuce, as well as green onions, are among the easier ones. And I'll show you some of the plants that I've been able to regrow from clippings and scraps to get you inspired. And then I'll show you how to do it yourself. If you don't have a garden space, don't worry. All of these plants can be regrown in pots or DIY containers. As long as you have good drainage and good sunlight, your plants will grow. The foods that my family plants in our reuse garden are foods that we normally purchase at the store anyways. Green onions are a first great plant to try on your own because they really take off easily and they don't need a root system before you put them in the soil. Whereas carrots need to have a stem sprouted out of the top before you put them in the soil. Lettuce and celery need to have a stem sprouted out of the top of the food scrap before you put it in the soil. And like potatoes need to have an eye before you put it in the soil. Green onions you can just cut off, save the bulb, bury it in soil, and it'll regrow all on its own. Of course, I recommend buying organic produce and non-GMO. This is because some of the genetically modified plants have had the regrowth ability removed. So for example, you can't plant a GMO tomato seed and get a tomato plant, but you can sprout an organic heirloom tomato seed and plant those and get tomato fruit. So these are some of the plants that have been growing from regrowth vegetable scraps. This is a green onion that, as you can see, we just really stuck it in the ground and it started growing all on its own. We did this quite a few times, and over here we have huge green onions. Now when they're growing and they get to be this size, they get these little flower pods on the top. You can get them to reseed by just shaking the flower pods into the soil, and they'll replant on their own, and then you'll get volunteer green onion plants. Celery is one of the main things that we plant in our reuse garden, and as you can see, our celery is really taking off. It's been going for a long time to get it this big, and we haven't been using it a lot lately, so it's gotten kind of overgrown. But the same thing, we've got these little celery flowers, and we can shake them off into the garden and let them replant themselves. The other thing we have over here is we buried potatoes, and we've got fresh potatoes growing. And I'll show you how we did that as well. So now I'm going to show you how to actually do it. So these are potatoes that have been sitting in the pantry for quite a long time, and they've gotten little sprouts or eyes on them. You can cut this potato up into little pieces where each eye is, and plant each eye in its own spot in the soil, and you'll regrow one potato for each eye that's being planted. This is a carrot from the other night when we had dinner, and we have little carrot scraps. So we saved it, and we're just gonna put it in a little cup with some water and wait till it sprouts on the top until we plant it. And this is a romaine lettuce that we got from the store. Same thing, it's leftover. A lot of people would just throw this in the trash. But what we're gonna do is gonna mark the bottom with little cuts so that the water can really get back into the plant. And same thing, we're gonna put it in a little dish full of water until it sprouts on its own. And it can take anywhere from a few days to a week for it to sprout. You wanna make sure your water stays really clean, and you wanna be rinsing out your containers to reduce contaminants. So now I've cut up the potatoes, and I've got the little eyes on the little pieces of potato, and I'm gonna go bury them in the soil in our garden.
Thanks for watching DIY with AZSA. We hope you found this episode insightful and inspirational, and you start to use some of your food waste to grow food outdoors.